This is your reminder that compassion and curiosity will dissolve conflict and shift the energy of a room, of a relationship, of a situation in minutes. I'll tell you a story. It's a bedtime story. It's a bath time story. It contains some foul language, so if you're sensitive, then tough. I was bathing the kids at bedtime, and we'd had a little conflict around the breaking up of a conditioner bar, and that had resulted in me saying no quite firmly. I'm not a very loud parent generally. My volume can go up at times. I've become pretty masterful at keeping myself peaceful in very chaotic experiences. And of course, what happens in a day-to-day has an impact on our being, on our energy. I feel, from my perspective, there wasn't very much emotion in it. It was just, no, you're not going to do that, as I removed the conditioner bar, this important piece from the tub. My youngest was very, very upset by my tone, by my words, and I could see it straight away. And it was gone at that point. He was in his stress response, and he starts flooding water. I'm soaking. Floor is getting wet, and I end up removing him, and then he's giggling, and then I let him get back in. I think, okay, well, that's the shift, right? We can get playful around things, and that helps shift. He looks at me and he says, one more. I say, no, darling. Psh, too late, done it. Now, it's been a pretty intense few days. There's been some other situations that have gone on, and being the only grown-up in this house with two passionate and emotionally charged young boys can feel like a lot. It can get cumulative. And I just felt this wave of emotion. I'm looking down at the floor, it's soaking, it's water. And then my mind starts thinking to all of the other things that have happened this week. Start getting a bit emotional, a bit catastrophic, quite frankly. And I can feel tears starting to come up. And I start to breathe in through the nose and blowing it out. I'm feeling the relaxation. And I choose to remove myself from the bathroom in that moment, just to give myself a little bit of space. So I'm just outside the bathroom door. The plug's out the tub by now, and kids are still in the bath. It's fine. And I stand outside and I lean on the wall and I'm breathing. And I'm being with my feelings. And I'm remembering that if it doesn't feel good, then it's not true in a capital T absolute sense of the word. There's another way that I can be seeing this, in other words. And I feel myself just feeling more grounded, more steady, more peaceful. The peace that's available inside starts rising up. And this is where the language comes in. So they're out the bath, and I'm standing and I'm breathing. I have my back to the door, and I hear, "Fuck you, Mum." around and I look at my son and I'm peaceful at this point, right? There's no emotion anymore. I've been with it. I've transmuted it. And I look at him. He's a little bit confused. I said, fuck you, Mum. I said, I heard you. Are you okay? Do you want to tell me why you said that to me? It turns out it's because I made him get out of the tub. Obviously, he got back in. You know, we were with that for maybe a minute. And then brushed teeth, beautiful bedtime, lots of snuggles, because there's no reactiveness. I stayed compassionate. Now, you'll notice that my compassion wasn't present in the beginning part of that story. I wasn't feeling very compassionate when I'm getting their hair washed and I'm dealing with the destruction. I wasn't feeling compassionate in that moment. And because I've been in this game for a while, I get to be curious about my own feelings, right? I get to provide a bit of space for myself and shift that for me. And when I'm feeling peaceful, the compassion's so natural. There's no effort in it. And it's strong, right? So that's a little bedtime story. I keep looking at the timer because I don't have a ton of memory left. So I'm going to wrap it up there. And I'd love to hear what you hear in this story for you. What you can stay open to, both within yourself. We stay compassionate and curious about our own ideas, our own thoughts, our own experiences. And then the more that we can do it in here, the easier it becomes to be able to hold that externally. I am sending you so much love. I am wishing you a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next video.